it's Miss Caruso with our math video for this week. So what you're going to do is you're going to repeat after me. As a mathematician, I will use strategies for addition and subtraction with three numbers. Alright, so we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting using three numbers. Before we only were using two numbers. Now we're going to add one more in. But we've learned some awesome strategies along the way, and we're going to quickly review those so they can help us when we're adding three numbers. So let's go over this. Who remembers what these facts are called? You're right, they're called our doubles facts. So doubles facts just means that you're adding the same number to the same number. So this first one, we have 1 plus 1. That is a doubles fact because 1 and 1 are the same number. We can use our doubles facts wrap to help us remember. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 3 plus 3 equals 6, 4 plus 4 equals 8, 5 plus 5 equals 10, 6 plus 6 equals 12, 7 plus 7 equals 14, 8 plus 8 equals 16, 9 plus 9 equals 18, 10 plus 10 equals 20. Awesome job. So these are our doubles facts. If you need to go back over your doubles facts, I will also add a link for our doubles wrap to help you guys remember that. So our doubles, remember, is just when we're adding the same number to the same exact number, like 1 plus 1. So that's one strategy we will use when we're adding three numbers. Let's look at the next strategy. So we also went over make a 10. You may remember that we used something called it's two words, and it looks like this. It's called a 10 frame. We used a 10 frame to help us out with make a 10. So sometimes you may have seen that we had maybe 3 dots and we said, how many more would we need to make a 10? And you knew that if we filled up the rest of our 10 frame, we could find out how many more we needed to make a 10. After we did that for a while, then we were able to really understand our make a 10 strategy. So some friends have even memorized some of the facts. So we know that 1 plus 9 equals 10, 2 plus 8 also equals 10, 3 plus 7 gives us 10, 4 plus 6 also gives us 10, 5 plus 5, that's also a double, and it's a way to make a 10. That's pretty cool. 6 plus 4 gives us 10. 7 plus 3 gives us 10. 8 plus 2 gives us 10. 9 plus 1 gives us 10. And 10 plus 0 gives us 10. If we add 0 to any number, we're always left with the same number that we started with. So that's a cool thing about using zeros. Let's go ahead and just go over one thing really quickly. So I want to see if you guys notice a pattern when you see this 1 plus 9. Do you see an equation that's very similar? I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds to see. Pause the video if you're unsure. So I see that in 1 plus 9, it's very similar to 9 plus 1. So it's the same addition problem, but you just put the addends or the numbers that you're adding in a different order. So 1 plus 9 is the same as 9 plus 1. So if we know one of those addition strategies, we can know the other. What about 2 plus 8? Do you see another one that's similar? Go ahead and pause the video if you need an extra second. I see 8 plus 2. Those are the same. We're just putting them in a different order. Same thing with 3 plus 7. It's also the same as 7 plus 3. 4 plus 6 is also the same as 6 plus 4. So we can add numbers in any order, and they're still going to give us the same sum or the same answer at the end. In this case, all of these numbers added up to 10. Let's use these strategies to help us with our addition. Okay, so in this case, we're going to use the strategy make a 10. So I gave you the strategy that you're going to use. So do you see two numbers that will add to make a 10? Pause the video if you need some time to think. All right, I see two numbers that we looked at that will add to make a 10. The two numbers that I see are 3 plus 7. I know that 3 plus 7 or 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. so I can go ahead and put that. So 7 plus 3 gives me 10. Now I'm just going to bring down what I already had. So now we have 3 plus 10, and we're going to try to figure out what that's equal to. So now we're going to see, maybe we will either draw a picture, or maybe you can do this math in your head. So one strategy could be counting on. So when you count on, you take the bigger number. So the bigger number, or the greater number, is 10. So you're going to say that number, and then you're going to add on what you have to add. So our number that we're adding on is 3. So I'm going to say 10, and then I'm going to use my fingers to count. 11, 12, 13. So my answer is 13. I said the bigger number, then I counted on 11, 12, 13. You can also draw pictures. So I drew my 3 dots here for 3, and I'm going to draw 10 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can count up on my dots. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That gives me the same number. So you can also use objects in your home as well. If your child needs a physical object, maybe they can count their snack out and use that. Maybe you guys have some Cheez-Its or some crackers or something that they could use, or even some blocks. If you guys have Legos or any other types of blocks around your house, you can use that to help you as counters. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, so this one we're going to use our double strategy. So I want you to quickly look at this problem. It's the same as the problem before, 3 plus 3 plus 7, but we're going to specifically use a double strategy this time. So before we used to make a 10, now we're going to use a double strategy. So I want you to quickly look and see if there are two numbers that are the exact same that we can add together. I see them. It is 3 plus 3, and I know that 3 plus 3 gives us 6. We're going to bring down our other number. So now we're left with 6 plus 7 is equal to something. We're still not sure. So either you can do this in your head. Maybe you know mental math and you can do this number in your head. But if not, that's okay. You can use the Legos or the blocks like we talked about, or you can draw a picture. So I'm going to draw my picture for my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to use a different color. Sometimes it helps to use a different color as well, just to see things better. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to count them all up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We also got the same number of 13 at the end. So you can either count them all up like that after you drew a picture, or you can also use counting on by saying the larger number, like 7, and then maybe using your picture to help you count on the rest. So we can say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This one we're going to do it again together. So we can either look for a double strategy, or we can look for a make 10. I'm going to go ahead and do 4 plus 3 because I know that 4 plus 3 gives me 7. Then we're going to bring down our 7 and add it to our original 7. Well, do you guys remember what 7 plus 7 is? That's a doubles fact. So 7 plus 7 gives us 14. And now we've solved our 3-step addition problem. You could have also solved it a different way. If you wanted to do 4 plus 3 plus 7, you could have also done 7 plus 3 gives us 10 and added 4 to that as well, and you would have gotten 14 as well. So it doesn't matter if you use the double strategy or the make a 10, or if you see a different way to do it. It does not matter as long as you're able to add the numbers together and get the answer. Then you are good to go. So I'm going to leave some practice problems. If you guys need anything or have any questions while you're doing the independent practice problems, just let me know, and you can always refer back to this video.